Hey, what's up? Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Midnight Hour. My name is Sam Thousand, and we are just getting back started with this monthly Midnight Hour. We were doing it on the full moon religiously for a couple months during the pandemic. Took some time to actually live real life out in the world, uh, outside of our homes. But now we're coming back with this series this year. It's the snow moon, and in Chicago we got the snow, rightfully so. Um, and I have some special guests with me tonight. This to my right, to your left, maybe I don't know. Is it mirrored or is it not? I mean, it's all relative. We have Mr. Adam Zanolini, and to my left we have Mr. Jonathan Woods. And we're gonna have some fun with you tonight. We want to know who's out there. We got a couple of people who are trickling in here in the room. Say what's up in the comment section, and we're gonna get started with some jams. In the midnight hour, this is just a moment where we can just kind of create together, just vibe and be. I don't know, just be creative and just be free and have some fun. And I love to have guests with me from time to time to just, make some things happen. Um, so I want to introduce them to you real quick, officially, and maybe we can just check in with them and then we'll make some music. How about that? All right. So, all right. So to my right, we got Mr. Adam Zanolini. He's a Chicago-based multi-instrumentalist, composer, ethnomusicologist, writer, and arts organizer. He serves as the executive director of the Elastic Art Foundation and is a member of the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians, AACM.
Right.
Adam, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. I'm still awake. This is fantastic.
Are you usually in bed at this time?
Oh, yeah.
What's your normal bedtime?
I don't know. Yeah, about midnight.
About midnight. About now.
Yeah, right.
We're getting started
We just
right when you would be ending.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be here. And, yeah, in the space where we can create together. It's a gift. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now, we want to talk a little bit about the sky because you understand what's in the cosmos, what's above us throughout time. Like, I check in with you on a monthly basis, or we as a community, we can check in with you on a monthly basis, and you can update us on what's going on. So can we talk a little bit about that origin? How'd you get into understanding the cosmos and reading the sky? And let me know if I should be saying this in a different way as well.
It's all mystery. It's all mystery.
Yes,
I mean, it's funny to hear you say that I understand it because I don't understand it. All I know is that there's just an eternal mystery above us. But, I don't know. I've been kind of interested in the stars for a very long time, but it really accelerated 1,000-fold when I met Kalan Phil Karan, founders of the AACM, founder of the Afro Arts Theater, incredible band leader, composer, but also an amazing teacher and kind of spiritual leader, and just this amazing figure in Chicago and Chicago music and Chicago culture. And he was teaching an astronomy class, and so I went over to his house every Wednesday at 6 o'clock for 2-3 years, and we would talk about not only astronomy but the way the sky kind of relates to the Earth, plants, people, and the waters and everything, and how that ties into history and culture, mathematics, numbers, a whole pile of different dimensions that are all so interrelated and mutually imbricated, so that you start to see how everything intersects and affects each other. So but one of the most wonderful things that he taught us is that you don't have to just read about it in a book or take somebody's word for it. You can literally walk out of your house and look into the sky. You don't have to ask, is Mars in retrograde? You could watch it. I've been watching Mars go backwards,
So what does it look like when you're looking at Mars? Like, are you looking through a specific tool, or are you looking with your bare naked eye?
Bare naked eyes. Wow. You don't need tools. That's the amazing thing. It's cool if you have a telescope, but you don't need that. The ancients didn't have that. They used to watch the skies constantly. So what you need is just an awareness and a pattern of just looking up whenever you're outside when there's no clouds, and that's how you see it. You can't watch it move like in real time. It moves day after day after day. So you're like, oh, it was over there yesterday, and now it's over here. Wow, I can see it moving. It's supposed to be going this way, and now it's going this way. Okay, that's retrograde. Cool. And so if you learn the pattern the stars don't move, the Earth moves through them. But if you learn the patterns of the stars that don't move, then you can watch all the planets moving among them. So you don't. I was so powerful to realize that I don't need a tool. I don't need to take a class. I would take a class, but I don't really need to go to school. I don't need to get a degree or something like that. You just look up and you just observe. You just stop, and clear some of this extra extraneous light out of the way in whatever way you can, and get to the darkest place you can. And just
right.
You can see so much stuff happening in the sky, and it's like the scenery of the neighborhood before too long. You're like, oh, cool! I can see, I can see Orion, I can see the Pleiades, I can see Taurus, I can see Gemini, I can see everything. Oh, that big red one, that's Mars. It's not Jupiter. And you can see where it's happening. You don't have to look at the ephemeris or look in the just any charts or anything like that. It's there for you.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about this. We should take a little pause for a presentation that you prepared for us. And shout out to Sam Lewis, who is a wonderful partner of all of ours. He got a chance to prepare this video alongside Zanolini. Here we go. Check it out.
Greetings and happy full moon time. This is Adam Zanolini, and they've invited me to say a few things about the sky. Again, we used to do these sessions every single month during the pandemic lockdowns, and I really missed thinking about the sky and telling people, my perspective on what's happening in the heavens that I was privileged to learn a lot about by studying with Brother Phil Koran towards the end of his life. I think it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to develop a personal relationship with the cosmos and with the heavens. And I'm, honored to be able to share that with people. So thank you for inviting me to say a few words. Right now, it's the full moon day. This is the snow moon, they call it traditionally, although there are a number of different names for this moon. Some of the indigenous people of the United States have called it the bony moon and the moon of big famine, indicating, obviously this is a time of, lean sources of food. There's obviously no plants are growing in the northern part of the continent. Other people called it the moon of geese moving. I think there's especially in the West, it's a time when the geese are migrating. So the animals know what month it is. You can count on that. One of the more evocative names for this moon that I read was the Haida people, the Hopi people of the Southwest. They call it the moon of purification and renewal, which I think is really, it's really evocative and kind of reminds us that in kind of darker, leaner times, we rely on our family and our community and our culture and the various systems and civilizations and technologies that we've developed to make this part of the world habitable and to survive. And it also kind of reminds us that sometimes what seems like death is a kind of a chance for renewal and a chance for rebirth. It's a really deep moment, I think. And so, but appropriate to the name the snow moon, today we have some snow, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful time. I think it's really important for the natural world, especially up here in the north, to have some snow. I think there are some plants that depend on it. I know there's a lot of animals that depend on the snow. So it's inconvenient for us, but it's also a really necessary part of this ecosystem. So we are really fortunate that today on the snow moon, we've had some snow. And it's very beautiful. On the other hand, snow comes from clouds, and clouds means you can't see the stars, obviously. And so, even though the winter time is one of the best times to look up into the sky and check out the stars, because the air is so much colder and denser and drier, it means that you can see the stars much more clearly. It also means that there's more clouds and snow, and there are only a few days where you can look up and actually see anything. So in February, I try to look at the forecast and see when they're predicting a clear day a clear night that I can look up and actually see the sky in its magnificence in this time. And it just so happens that even though today it's cloudy, tonight it's cloudy. Tomorrow, which is the 13th of February, 2025, they're predicting clear skies. And then after that, 10 days of clouds. So if you want to check out the stars, tomorrow is a great time to do it. Depending on when you're watching this, it might be today. But Thursday the 13th, put on some warm clothes, layer up, put your gloves on, cover up your earlobes, get a scarf to cover your nose if you have to. I think it's going to be pretty cold. And go out and check out the sky. And one of the best reasons to check out the sky tomorrow is that right now they're calling it the planetary parade. And what that just basically means is that most of the planets that you can ever see are visible in the sky right now. They're on the same side of the sky. The other side is where the sun is. So they're on the opposite side from us of the sun, which means they're in the direction of night. And so if you go outside tomorrow, I think the sun sets around 5:15, obviously in the west. If you go and look kind of towards the sunset in the west and up in the sky a little bit, after the sun has gone down in just enough that it's dark, you'll be able to see a very brilliant, bright object in the sky, which you might think is a star, but it's actually the planet Venus. Venus is the brightest thing that you can ever see in the sky. And it is brilliantly shining right now. One of the things Brother Phil taught me is that planets glow. They don't twinkle. Stars twinkle and planets glow. So if you're ever looking at something in the sky and you're wondering whether it's a star or a planet, just look at it real carefully. And if you see the twinkling light, it cannot possibly be a planet. But Venus, you very rarely mistake for a planet because it's so very bright. And so it's burning really brightly in the constellation Pisces, which is my home. And you can check that out. If you look a little bit to the west, which would be down towards where the sun has just set, you might still be able to catch a glimpse of the planet Saturn, which is in Aquarius right now. Saturn is, last I looked, last week, it was kind of just visible in the leftover light from sunset. So I'm not sure you'll still be able to see it tomorrow, but there's a chance that you can see it kind of in the west between sunset and the planet Venus. If you look straight south, basically, maybe a little bit east of south, I'm pretty high up in the sky. You will see another brilliantly glowing object in the sky, and that is the planet Jupiter, the largest planet, the second brightest thing that you can see in the sky besides the sun and the moon. And that is glowing brilliantly in the constellation Taurus. Reminds me of Brother Phil, the great and wise bull that taught us how important it is for African people to develop a relationship with the sky and cultivate a relationship with the thought world of our ancestors that founded civilization. anyway, looking at Taurus always makes me feel so grateful that I got to know Brother Phil. And he taught us all of these things. So, I mean, right there is a wonderful part of the sky. Not only will we have Jupiter right now, but it's right in Taurus. So, right, just below that, you'll see the brightest star in Taurus, which is Aldebaran. If a little bit up and to the right, you'll see the Seven Sisters Pleiades glowing brilliantly. And then kind of down and to the left, you'll see the king of the cosmos, Sahu, Orion in all his majesty, glowing brilliantly right there. And then further down and to the left is the brightest actual star in the sky named Sirius, or Sothis. It's a wonderful part of the sky. It's where the Milky Way intersects the ecliptic. It's a brilliant place to know. And so if you find Jupiter, bam, right now it just happens to be right in this dynamic part of the sky that you can get to know a little bit. It's one of the best places to be familiar with. And then if that's not enough, if you look a little bit further to the east, you'll find Mars, and Mars is glowing brilliantly right in the middle of the twins, right between and below Castor and Pollux, the brightest stars in Gemini. Mars right now, I mean, Mars is always brilliant red. You can't miss it. It's hard to mistake for another planet. And right now Mars is sort of really close to Earth, and so it's nice and bright. Mars is in retrograde right now until the 24th of February, which is, I mean, it's not rare, but it only happens every 2 years, opposed to most of the other planets go direct at least once a year. Mercury and Venus go retrograde multiple times in a year. But Mars, just because the Earth is sort of chasing it around the sun, in a way, we only see it go retrograde every 2 years. So Mars has been retrograde, I think, since maybe December, and so it's going to go direct again in February and kind of start marching back eastward through the sky towards Cancer. So watch that. But anyway, it's a beautiful time to observe the sky, and as I keep saying, develop your own individual relationship with the cosmos, kind of develop a sense of how the Earth is moving around the sun among the stars, and watching the planets wander through the cosmos, and see what that means for us here on Earth, see what that does to your consciousness, see what that does to the animals and the plants that you're watching. Just really get in tune with the three-dimensional, infinite, and eternal cosmos. So happy snow moon, and I'll see you again next month.
Oh yeah, shout out once again. That's Adam Zanolini. Adam Zanolini giving the sky reading. And thanks again to Sam Lewis for making that happen for us. With that with that backdrop.
Yeah,
The magic,
makes
audio and visual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get into some music, y'all. But before we do that, I want to intro Jonathan Woods, aka ABZyrd. ABZyrd. He's a genre-defying musician exploring Wump, a soundscape where instruments morph and evolve as a metaphor for personal transformation. A member of the AACM as well, and co-curator of the Classic Arts Dark Matter Residency and Afrofuturist Weekend, his dynamic sonic explorations have energized films, plays, collaborations with artists like Hieroglyphic Being, Angel Bat Dawid, and Ben LaMar Gay. How you feeling today, Jonathan Woods?
I'm feeling terrific. Very privileged to be here with you in this space.
Yep.
Sorry, folks. Yeah, very privileged to be here in space. I know a few years ago we were trying to get together and do some things.
Yes, sir.
That was during that was the same day as the engagement with the brass band with
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
with the one
with,
we did in Logan Square.
yeah,
Man, I'm so
yeah, yeah. And so I'd been up all night. I'd been up all night editing something, and then with shooting that. And you were like, "Hey, man, you still gonna make it?" I'm like, I think.
that's right. I forgot. That's how
Yeah.
you know I don't hold any grudges, man.
But yeah, but it's I wanted to be here for quite a while. So and the interesting thing is, of course, Adam and I, when we first joined the AACM, we actually played together at Experimental Sound Studio.
Yeah.
So that was the last time we actually played
Wow.
together.
That's been a while.
Yeah, it was
What year was
Ryan
that?
Dochi. Oh my gosh, how many years ago was that?
Oh man, I don't even know.
It was quite a while back, and I think this was our first time actually
This is
doing
definitely
something.
our time, yeah.
But we've been looking forward to it for quite a while. So
Yeah, and I have to say, man, you inspired me to get creative with the tech, man. I remember seeing some stuff you were posting, pre-pandemic, and I was like, man, he's just in his room, messing with the gadgets and making some really cool sounds. And I was so intrigued, I didn't get my first looping. I didn't really get into looping until 2019, and then 2020 naturally just allowed me time to work, work on it. But man, I would have to say, man, you're definitely one of the earlier influences in Chicago, um, who really kind of opened my eyes to the electronic, electronic music.
thank you. It's a privilege. Yeah, the interesting thing about, at least to me, electronic music is honestly the fact that uh, that there are obviously so many, there's such a wide palette of sounds, and you kind of move beyond the realm of of, uh, of traditional instruments, and of course it's something where traditional instruments, you know I mean, folks have throughout history, musical history, have done a lot of really, really amazing types of things. It's just something where I feel like now there is very much of a emphasis nowadays on our identities, right? And so the thing is, uh, our identities shift, change, and grow as we shift, change, and grow. Of course, we have the core person of who it is that we are, but we really do grow in a lot of different ways, and a lot of a lot of the sounds and things like this, which I use, fine, yes, they're interesting, they're cool, and they're captivating, but I'm using them really as a metaphor. Uh, a lot of the sounds which I use, I like to shift, change, morph. I like things which are, if you will, elastic, for lack of a better word. Um, and I really do. What I'm into now is actually exploring, you know, uh, this metaphor, because and I'm actually uh, really inspired very much by like a lot of Latinx music, because in a lot of their songs, like there's one, for instance, called "Me Gusto," which I believe means I like, or something along those lines. And it's something where a lot of their songs may say start out where someone's playing like an acoustic guitar, and it moves into like a house kind of thing, and then it moves into like a shoegaze aspect, and then comes out on the other end as another genre. But the way in which they put music together is just so fluid, because it's a way of telling this story. It's not just to be cool, and of course that's a little bit of it, but because music, we love having fun with sound, but it's something where everything serves this story, and it's one of the reasons why I really like Doshi now. She does the hell out of it,
Yeah.
man. She just, yes, yes. And of course, we have a history of Black folks, especially folks who been doing like alternative Black music, of being, of really trying to stretch things sonically. And so I'm kind of really leaning into trying to, push that even further forward, where, of course, I would have someone in a lot of my music, a lot of times, singing, there'll be a vocalist, but the instruments in the background may be shifting, changing, and in a very, very expressive way, to also really try and reach another level of of uh, of the story. So that's really what I've been kind of focusing on, and a lot of it also, once again, another inspiration is indeed in the AACM, because everyone in the AACM seems to have their own musical theory, their own approach. And I was like, man, if I'm gonna be playing with these cats, I gotta have something. I have to take a look at what it is that I'm doing, and really kind of sit and think about it, and ask myself, why am I attracted to these elements, and what can I add, and what can I do, and yeah, what can I add to working with these folks, and
Yeah.
I've shot a lot of things with them because I'm a filmmaker, but
That's right.
but
Very much so.
but they've been gracious enough to allow me on occasion to come in and add a little bit, and because I know I've done a lot of things with the AACM, large ensemble, a few years ago and everything, and yeah, so it's a lot of good, fun.
Yeah. Well, man, such a privilege to have you here with us. And so I know you got some gear over there. Let's make some noise. Let's create. So if you're out there, let us know how you feeling. Let us know how everything's sounding. Hope you all enjoying the program. We're about to get into some music and create something just for you. How about it?
Here we go. Cool. All right, here we go.
You want to start some up?
Yeah.
Right. You my book identity. Sure. You multiplies my energy. Called better sight. Intuition. Come supervision. Fast paced. No vision. Drop ropes as you enter to the center of the center of the center of the center new existence lies past the of definition. New existence lies past the brink of definition. Past the brink of definition. Begins to unfold, breaks mold, no restriction. Cubism's the template. To see all sides and angles is the base objective. The basic objective is to see all sides and all angles. The basic objective. reach far beyond your perspective, spreads wide to bring the new size to the spectrum. To the spectrum. Spreads wide to bring the new size to the spectrum. It's more like relativity. C time flies, past, present, future tenses. You try five and tap into further senses. Good to see you. Your third eye gives you a second glance. Your third eye gives you a second glance. Your third eye gives you a second drifting away. Man, that was a slow journey.
Oh, that's some deep night kind of shit.
Thank you all for tuning in to the Midnight Hour. Yeah, I see that there was maybe a little choppiness on the interwebs end, so we'll have to figure that out. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being here. This is the Midnight Hour. We're doing this every full moon. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have my special guest for this full moon. This is Zanolini and Jonathan Woods. There's so much more we could have talked about, but we're gonna go ahead and end this thing here. It's getting late. Y'all enjoy this.
Started late.
We started late. That's
We
right.
started off at midnight.
We started off at midnight. You know, it's just the nature. We're nocturnal natured here.
It's beautiful.
So for all the nocturnal natured out there, come join us the next full moon coming at you live and direct with a little less choppiness next time. We're gonna work that out. Thank you. Much love. Much love. Much love. Much love. Is there anything that y'all would like to say before we get out of here?
No, just thank you very much. It's beautiful, beautiful time of day, beautiful moon. It's beautiful.
One little thing One little thing I would like to say is that the Dark Matter Residency is opening for new applications beginning February 13th,
Which is right now.
which is right now.
Hey, it just opened up.
And you have until March 17th to apply. So all those wonderful, crazy ideas that you have been looking for an opportunity to go ahead and find some support to go ahead and develop, now's the time to use them.
Yeah.
Now's the time to go for it. So we are definitely looking forward to seeing your ideas and supporting in every way that we can.
Oh yeah. Dark Matter Residency series. This is a dope series. I personally seen some amazing acts come from this residency, and they're amplified and they're put on this stage that just allows them to do whatever they like to do, and they're highly supported. And man, every time I've seen some footage from something that's about to go on or something that just happened or something in person, I'm just wow. So shout out to the Dark Matter Residency series and also Elastic Arts for hosting that, and also for y'all for putting that together.
Thank
For
you.
real.
Thank you very much.
We got Elastic Arts in the building, also AACM.
Yeah,
Yes,
60 years.
60 years.
60 years.
Thank you all for tuning into the Midnight Hour. Peace and love.